Thank you, me Slaughter's Marauders. Slaughter's Marauders, camouflage, they can't be seen. But you better believe they're mean, they're mean. There's me, and Spirit, and nobody beats G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, Slaughter's Marauders.
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, G.I. Joe Classified Series number 128, the Mad Marauders, Lowlight, Spirit, and Niyol. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 128, the Mad Marauders, Lowlight, Spirit, Iron Knife, and Niyol. So another 2-pack. So I guess with the success of Tiger Force, you know, they're going to start to push out the Mad Marauders. Now, the 2-packs are pretty good. I do enjoy that, you know, with the repaint figures. So that's not too much to complain about. I still just want to see some more new characters before we get on to the other stuff. However, it's out, we got it, and we're going to go ahead and look it over. So here we go, first with the packaging. So you got the black and blue, you got that new Mad Marauders logo. Bunch of stuff in here. It looks like everything pretty much that the figures have already come with, just repainted. And now you have, I guess, the Slaughter's Marauders colors, you know, with Lowlight and Spirit. Spirit has a new type of eagle. He's got a golden eagle now instead of the bald eagle. And yeah, they look pretty good. So I'll wait till we get them out and pose them all up and, you know, get some final ideas on that when we get to it. Over to the side, you got 2 sets of stats here. Spirit's at the top, Lowlight's at the bottom. There's some like black and blue, you know, art render right here. There's your QR code. Around to the back, better shot at the stats for you guys. Pretty neat figure photography. I'm not exactly sure where they're supposed to be, but you see a couple of pop-up tents. And Eagle looks pretty good. You got a shot of Spirit's bandana from the back. It does have some designs on it, some like Native American patterns. Shot of Lowlight's vest here with the grenades hanging off. Close-up of Niyol's face. Over to the side here, nice art render in color. Spirit and Lowlight, which actually looks really good. At the top, you got 128 and the Stars and Stripe. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and pop this open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. Now, we were going to take a short break for the weekend and come back and get some more stuff out during the week. But I figured, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this out because I'm kind of curious about it. So, we did have a custom lined up for today. You know, today is Sunday. And I realized, you know what? I can get some more accurate parts. So I went ahead and placed an order with AVAX Lab. And we're going to go ahead and get something in. And got a pretty neat custom coming up for you next week. So be sure to tune in for that. But anyways, off to the figures. Crap. And here they are in their plastic dungeon. It's like just super loaded with accessories. It's really cool. It's always fun to see. A couple things I want to point out when we get to it, but it's not really necessary right now. But we'll go ahead and set this down. Backdrop as usual. Black and blue with the stars and stripes all around. Who to go with first? I really want to check out the new Eagle, but I think we're going to do Lowlight first and go with him. First, I'm going to go ahead and get this back tier off with the extra wings in it. Put that aside, and I guess we'll start with Lowlight. So we'll go ahead and start pulling all his gear out, and we'll start at the bottom here with his satchel. So, OD green satchel. Doesn't open, but it does have that flexible strap. Pretty neat. Alright, so here he's got this little portable device. Could be a phone, but I'm not really sure. Maybe some type of walkie. Kind of seems to like be a fan going through it at the top. I'm not exactly sure what this is. If you know, let me know in the comments. Pretty neat. Next up, he's got this 4-way night vision goggles. we've seen these before. And next, we have his regular goggles, this time with a blue lens. Moving on, it's got a couple of flashlights here. As you see, they're all black. They have the kind of blue lens in there for the light. Pretty cool. Up to his knife. I always like the knife. Yeah, kind of a more cylinder style handle, a little bit of detail on it, and then your silver blade. So it's really nice looking. Move on to his rifle, and here it is. And the one thing this is one of the things I wanted to point out. I don't know why they do this strap like more harder and more like sturdy. I'd rather it be flexible so you can move it around and kind of do what you want with it. But overall, it looks pretty good. You can see nice and customized. It's got the blue on here this time. You come down to this little, I guess, shell holder, and you have a removable, a couple barrels or just maybe large shells, and then it has that little piece here on a hinge to hold them back in. You have a little bipod up at the front. Scope doesn't move, stock doesn't move, and down to the end of the barrel you can remove the suppressor at the end, plug it back on. There is a hole at each end, so you could put a blast effect either just on this or at your suppressor and put the blast effect on there. So it's nice. Very cool gun. Looks like no case this time, but that's totally fine. Now, pull out the backpack. So starting to see these used a couple more times. And here it is this time in like a OD green. I really like the detail on it. I think it really looks great. I like the little texture that it has around it. Just sucks that you kind of can't open these, you know. I still think it would be cool if they allowed you to open it and store more stuff in them. But, you know, maybe in time. But for now, that's what you get. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pop out low light. And here he is. So he looks good. I do like the Slaughter's Marauders colors. You know, you got the brown, green, and blue. So it just makes it look cool. You got that another secondary team out there, you know, with a few people on it. And I was a fan of the Slaughter's Marauders when I was a kid, but I wasn't a fan of the vehicles except for like the Equalizer. But I did have, I think, all of them. You know, I guess now we get to, you know, get them all again and plus more. I mean, they pretty much have made everybody that they're going to make with the Marauders except for Hardball, and well, that is if you include the modern line. But I guess it'll be okay. So we'll see how it goes. But anyways, looking at mine, he's got a little bit of like a paint mishap up on his head, like right next to the eyebrow, and some coming down from his stocking cap. But, face looks pretty good. He's got that, you know, the dark around his eyes, make him look like, you know, he doesn't sleep much. Anyways, we're gonna check out his articulation. So that head's on a ball joint. Go down that far, up that far, side to side, and can spin a full 360. You have that neck movement as well. Shoulders, butterfly joints. They can spin a full 360. Go out that far. Bicep rotation. Double jointed pinless elbows. And down at the wrist. Hinge peg. Allow them to go full 360. Angle it down or up. And with the left hand, same thing, but this one can go in and out. Alright. Ab crunch. That far forward. And that far back. So waist swivel. Now the legs, you got the drop leg. The little drop leg holster got kind of stuck. There's thigh rotation. Leg can go forward that far, back that far, and out that far. Double jointed pinless knees. calf rotation, the bottom of the leg and the top of the boot. And down to the ankle. You have that hinge to allow the foot to go forward that far, up that far, and side to side pivot. So there's your low light. Pretty good articulation on him. So that's nice. I think we'll go ahead and probably gear him up before we move on to Spirit. So I just want to give him a quick look over. Not too much on him, you know, that could be removable anyway, but you do have this piece on his left thigh, as well as the sheath on his right. So let's start with that. We'll go ahead, pop the knife in right there. I thought about doing something different with him, you know, like maybe putting the flashlight and the knife. He doesn't have a pistol, which is odd, but I thought we could do something like that, but maybe off camera in the future. And then we're gonna take this little device, slide that right there. Let me see. Take the satchel, lift this arm, throw it over like that. We'll go ahead and bring in the goggles, and they may slide over this. Sometimes you gotta take the head off and feed it up from the bottom, but it looks like it's gonna come up. All right, there we go. Got the goggles on. I'm gonna go ahead and load its backpack up. So we're gonna take them two little flashlights and pop them right in the top. Right here. And here. I don't think we're gonna worry about these night vision goggles. I mean, we could put them on, but I just don't like them. So probably not, but I will put them on like this, you know, for the sake of the video, just to get a quick idea. And then we'll take them right back off. So just in case this will make him a little too top heavy, we're gonna go ahead and throw some figure lap stands in his feet, just to give him some more stability and balance. So pop one in each foot. We'll likely do the same for Spirit, just to have him. All right, so we get those in there. And then we'll go ahead and pop on the backpack. So just line up the peg with the hole in the back and give it some pressure. There we go. Now there is no hook to kind of hang these goggles off of, but if you place it just right, you can kind of set it over that on his thigh. So that works. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw the rifle in his left hand. All right, we're almost gonna kind of replicate, you know, the back of the box here. I'm gonna bring this hand up. Kind of like that stance. Looks pretty good. All right, see if we can slide them back a little more, and then we're gonna move on. So here's Spirit and Niyol. We're gonna start with the bird. So I don't know any too much of a backstory on this one, but I know it's new. Now a golden eagle instead of a bald eagle. Try to check the articulation out on this if you can. You know, your wings, they have that ball joint, so you can kind of move it up, forward, you know, do some kind of crazy stuff with it. Maybe it'll walk on its wings. Bring that back. You have the head that can rotate full 360, and it can maneuver around in circles. Down at the legs, you can go forward and back. That's about it. No in or out. And then the feet can spin a full 360. So that's really about all you can do with the eagle. You see the pegs on the bottom of his feet. So you should be able to set him on Spirit's left arm. We'll set that back for a minute. And and bring out the wings. So, like the original Freedom, you know, you got an extra pair of wings, so you can go, you know, flying in the wind. It's really cool. Nice detail on it. You know, you have the brown feathers, then the gray, that little bit of kind of like a light brown beigeish color, and then some white. And if you want, you can bring in the bird, pop off one wing, slap that on, take off the other one, slap that on, and put them feet back, you know, just have them flying. Or put the feet forward like he's coming in to grab something. Yeah, pretty cool. Very neat. We're gonna set him back like this for the time being with the wings on. Maybe you will. Alright, so let's go over Spirit's accessories. At first, you have this little shovel. Really cool looking. I also think that'd be cool if they extended, but unfortunately they don't. But it looks really nice. All black, but lots of detail in it. Spirit has a pistol. So as you see, all green. Kind of looks like a 45 caliber probably. Hole at the end for a blast effect. A lot of detail on it. It looks like there's some engraving of like a wing on each side. So it's really nice. Okay, Spirit has two knives here. So the first one, you can see he's got that green handle. It's kind of curved. Silver blade. A little bit of a serrated saw on the top. And blade at the bottom. Very cool. And then the second blade, you know, this is probably more traditional, you know, to his heritage. You have green handle, and it looks like a bird skull at the butt of the handle. And then the blade, so the blade is almost kind of formed like a Damascus steel. You know, it's got that pattern in it. And then the more solid blade at the bottom. But it looks pretty cool. I don't think if it was the Damascus steel, it should have been, you know, the more gray color instead of silver. But it looks good. Alright. So, he also has a flashlight. And this was my second issue I noticed through the packaging. It just has the all black lens on it. You know, no color or nothing. I mean, you can always fix that, you know, with a paint marker or something, color it in, give it a tint. But overall, the flashlight looks great. I just don't know why there's no color, you know, here. But there's that. Move on to his backpack. Again, nice and big. You have not a lot of weight to this. It's pretty light, very hollow, but it looks good. You know, got that OD green, got the texture on it, a lot of detail. It really does look, you know, phenomenal. It really looks good. But again, I wish they would let these open. You know, you could throw all that stuff in there and he could be weaponless. You know, if he's on a long trek, I'm sure he doesn't feel like holding any weapons, even though he can plug some stuff on. But get on to his little SMG here. And there it is. So you see it's got the strap around it. And this is also a little flexible, but, you know, kind of stiff, especially back at each clip here. And then you have that like little you have that little scope on top. You got the sight right here, and extra sight on the gun. Little grip in the front, and then removable magazine. So very cool. Plug it back in, and then you have a hole at the end for a blast effect. Moving on to Spirit's rifle. Here it is. So kind of more classic looking, I guess you could say. You know, got that larger scope on it. There's a hole at the end of the suppressor for a blast effect. Nice long barrel. It's all green, but it does have that brown up in the front here. You see there is a magazine that is removable. Plug it right back in. But yeah, this looks really cool too. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and get Spirit out. And here he is, Spirit Iron Knife. Again, repaint, it looks good. In the Marauder colors, you know, it's brown, green, and blue. Well, two different greens, I guess you could say. He's got the silver bracelets or bangles around his wrist. The gloves look pretty neat, black with the blue accents. He's got the little like communication piece or whatever it is right here. Try to get a close up at the bandana. You see blue with the patterns in it. So looks good. Face looks nice too. So he's got this little over the shoulder harness here. A couple grenades on it. There's a more, I guess, traditional sheath for him. You know, probably made out of light brown tan leather. Then at the belt, he's got his buckle right there in silver. Probably has some turquoise, you know, in the center of it. Spin it around. So all this is one piece, and it is not attached to the body, so it can be removed. So down at the legs, he does have that left drop leg knife sheath, and on the right, he has that drop leg pistol holster. Straps look really good on that. You see the clips in the front. Very cool. All right, let's go ahead and check his arm out. See, you could plug Niyol into his forearm right here. He's got that, you know, kind of protective gauntlet on so the talons don't dig into his muscles. And nothing on his shoulders or on the backpack, so it may just have to go on his arm. I noticed it's a different backpack than, you know, the original Spirit that we got. Anyways, let's check out his articulation. Again, head's on a ball joint. Move down that far, up that far, tilt side to side, and spin a full 360. The neck can rotate as well. Arms are connected at butterfly joints. They can come up that high. Rotate. Full 360. Bicep rotation. Double jointed pinned elbows. And down at the wrist. Hinge peg. 360 inward and outward. And on the left hand, these can go down or up. All right, ab crunch, that far forward and that far back. Waist swivel, drop leg, thigh rotation. Leg can come out that far, go back that far, out to the side that far. Double jointed pin knees, calf rotation, the top of the boot, the bottom of the pants. Got that blue accent over top of the boot here. And the boots are like probably one of the more detailed pieces on Spirit. I think they really look good. But anyways, down at the ankle, you got the hinge, foot to go forward that far, and up, a little tight, up that far, and then side to side pivot. And now Spirit, he stands really good, nice and solid, but we're going to give him figure lap stands as well. Alright, so 1-on-1. Let's kind of go ahead and pose him up a little bit. I don't know if I want to go in, you know, with the pose he's got, you know, in the picture here. But we can figure something out. I'm going to go ahead and have his arm extended out so he can hold Niyol. Alright, let's gear him up. So we'll take this knife, slide it in the sheath right there, and then this one into the little harness sheath right here. Spin him around and bring in the backpack. So we'll go ahead and plug that in. Now, this doesn't feel like a great fit either, you know, because he's kind of got that little curve in his back and the peg's not quite as long, but it does fit, and it actually will make him back heavy, so we'll have to come up with some sort of pose for him. Alright, so for his weapons, we're going to put the rifle on this side. Slide down right there. And on this side, we're going to pop his shovel right there. And we're going to go ahead and then put the SMG in his right hand. I noticed like on the box, it looks like the strap for the SMG is brown, but mine is actually black. I would have preferred it to be brown, but I think it would look a little better. Kind of a pain in the fucking ass to get that damn finger through that damn trigger, but we got it on. Go ahead and slide our magazine back up in, and he's just got stuff falling off left and right. It's really irritating. Put that back on. And now he's got nowhere for the flashlight, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and just have him hold it with his left hand. Pop it on right there. Get that arm up kind of as high as we can. And then bring in our eagle. And we're just gonna line up those pegs in the bottom of his feet with the holes in his forearm. So we've got him something like that, which I think looks pretty good. You know, you get Niyol kind of about to take off maybe, but I think I suppose we're gonna go for it. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and now toss this up onto the turntable, and then we'll give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Alright, so here you have it. The G.I. Joe Classified Series number 128, the Mad Marauders, Lowlight, Spirit Iron Knife, and Niyol. Pretty cool set. I do think it's kind of odd that they switched around some of the accessories, but, you know, overall it works. I think the colors, you know, replicating the Slaughter's Marauders figures, you know, really look good. I do think the new addition of, you know, something different besides Freedom, you know, with Niyol Golden Eagle was pretty cool. They pose really nice. I do like the posability that they have, the flexibility, all that stuff. It's really nice. The stances that I have them in, I think is what I'm going to stick with and put them on my shelf. So we'll throw them up there with Barbecue. I guess once we get Slaughter, we'll toss him in, and then eventually I'm sure they'll do Mutt Junkyard and Footloose and all the good stuff. But we'll see what happens with that. But overall, you know, these probably could have waited, you know, until they hit like a clearance point, because I wasn't like pressed to get them. But, you know, they are new, so I normally just jump at them, and if they ship early, they ship early. These shipped early, and we got them. We did get them last week, but I figured go ahead and put them up this week and make up for the custom that we were going to do today, and it worked out. But it is a nice set. They look good, and I do like the poses I have them in. I think they're going to look great on the shelf like this. So overall, I'm happy. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.